Hello everyone, so I finally read Chain Soldier Volume 2 and in all honesty, I am wondering where this series is going to go. So in this volume we did get quite a lot. We did get confirmed that Yuki's sister is the human Shiuki we got introduced at the end of Volume 1 and she's teamed up with the Shiuki that Kyoka hates with a passion for destroying that village. And the one thing I would say is very interesting from this was that Yuki's sister and Yuki himself sensed each other, and Yuki's already like, you know, that's my sister, which is very interesting because like in any series, doesn't matter if it's anime, manga or even live action, they try to like hide that certain information from the main character at least until like in the middle of the series or like the cliffhanger. So it is very interesting that they've already gone, you know, straight ahead, just like, you know, the second volume, he's like, okay, that's my sister and all that. So that is really interesting that they've gone down that route. And we also learn how much Kyoka actually hates that certain Shuki that destroyed the village. But moving on from that, we also learn that the demon defense for squads are not, you know, separated by power. Like for example, squad 1 is like, you know, the cream of the crop, the most powerful. So even though that might be the case, I'm not sure at this moment. But like, you know, squad 2, squad 3, squad 4, like, you know, it goes up in terms of power. But that may not be the case because we also learned that there are other human Shuki, and apparently squad 3 got absolutely decimated by them. So I'm very interested to find out, you know, what actually, you know, makes up the squads and like how are they, you know, represented in terms of like power-wise. Then we get introduced to squad 6, which includes their commander Tenka, Himinari's sister, which I'm not going to try and pronounce the name, and Sahara. And that's really got me interested and thinking, how long is this series going to be? Because we haven't been introduced to the full members of Squad 7 and we very know much about their powers. And now, just in the next volume, or Volume 2, we get introduced to another squad, but then again, not the whole squad in terms of all the members. So it is going to be like, is the creator going to give each, like, you know, that members like their own personality, their own ability, or are they just going to be classed as extras? To be perfectly honest, I hope they go with the route of like giving like their own personality and all that, because I'll be honest, I really like all the characters so far. But one of the main things I really enjoyed in this volume was learning about Himinari. We learned that she comes from this family of like, you know, great ability users, but her family like pretty much more or less disowns her, especially her older sister. And to be perfectly honest, with just this interaction alone has made me think her family is absolute garbage. And we also learn more about her ability. Like, I was not expecting her ability to be like a Sharingan where she can copy other people's abilities. But one of the main things I mentioned in my last video on Chain Soldier was about limitations. And we learned that Himinari actually has limitations. Like, she can only use the abilities that are registered in her phone. And even when she has the ability, it's quite weaker than the original. So that was very interesting to learn, and I hope we get more limitations on certain abilities. And another thing that was really interesting was Yuki's new form, but again it raises questions. Can he only use that form when Himinari is using Kyoka's ability, or can Kyoka now access that one by herself? You know, it does raise questions. So overall, I really enjoyed this volume and I cannot wait to read Volume 3. I haven't got Volume 3 yet, but it's definitely on my list of things I want to buy, maybe next month or the month after, who knows. But that's the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching and hopefully you'll watch the next one, okay? See ya!